what a weird day. But anyways, my name is JVCEO and welcome back to my channel. If you're tuning in for the first time, make sure you subscribe, check out the rest of the videos on the channel. So today has been an absolutely weird day for me. I haven't really been too productive. I've sort of kept up to date with the news, with all the stuff going on in Nigeria, because it's very close to home. That's number one. Number two, that's my country. I can't have a YouTube channel and not really speak about it. I mean, you know, we ain't got 100,000 subscribers, but we still have a voice. And a lot of people, I've posted a lot on Snapchat and people wanted me to sort of enlighten them and educate them on the whole SARS situation in Nigeria. I mean, you know, it's going on in Lagos now, Lekki. I got family there, I got loads of family there. I'm sure that most diasporas living abroad, we all have families in Lagos, so it's very important that we keep our eyes to the news and actually, you know, track the development of that situation. It's spreading out to PH, Port Harcourt. Again, I've got families there, that's where my grandparents live. So it's, you know, unnerving moments right now, but we'll see where we go from here. Anyways, what's SARS? SARS is the special anti-robbery response. It was set up in the 90s, right, to deal with robberies and so on and so forth. But let's be clear, right? Like, there's a lot going on in Nigeria right now, and the main issue is the youths are unhappy. SARS are a bunch of I don't know what word to describe them, but they're insignificant, they're incompetent, they're criminals themselves. They orchestrate a lot of the robberies that they're meant to be actually responding to. But the funniest part of all of this situation now, just to give you a bit of a background, is SARS themselves run away from the actual real criminals. So like an example being, you would probably, if you grew up in Nigeria, by the way, I'm not saying I'm fully qualified, but you know, I lived in Nigeria for about 14 years, so you know, I know more than the average sort of British-born UK black guy, if you want to call it that, or average. I mean, there's some people that obviously have a bit more knowledge than I do, but anyways, just speaking from my point of view, and that's it. But SARS would usually, let's say now they're on the road in the night and there's a robbery, they would run in the opposite direction. So what I see going on right now for me is just a classic case of bullying, right? So what's happened in Nigeria, I think for about 13, 14 days now, there's been protests. Because basically, for years now, as I would say at least 4 or 5 years, at least, there's been a lot of crackdowns on youths, right? And that being youths that seem as though they are successful. SARS would usually term them as Yahoo boys, and Yahoo boys is basically just another word for fraudsters. So an example being, you know, if you're driving a flashy car, they would want to pull you over, they would want to cause you a lot of grief, and that's what SARS have been doing for years. And obviously the youth now are tired, right? There's no opportunities, there's little jobs available, that there's no support from the government, and you know, they break through however they break through, right? Let's assume even that these people are in fact, again, innocent till proven guilty, but let's assume they are in fact fraudsters, 419ers. That doesn't give you the right to shoot them dead. That doesn't give you the right to shoot them dead, jump in their car and basically, you know, rob a dead person, you know, and just the tactics. I wouldn't even limit this just to SARS. The tactics of just the Nigerian forces in general is abhorrent. Like it's totally disgusting, right? And I'll give you a few examples of what I mean. I went to Nigeria last year, and I went from Lagos to Onitsha. Yeah, those of you from Nigeria will know exactly where that is. Anyways, on a stretch of road, no lies there, right? On a stretch of road, probably about, let's say about 2 miles long, right? There was at least 20 to 30 checkpoints. The checkpoints weren't there to deter armed robbers, because you lot would run away when the armed robbers come. The checkpoint was there simply to make money from the drivers. They taxing everyone that goes past. And it's not just SARS. It's SARS, it's the regular police, it's the army, it's customs. I don't know if you lot know about customs, right? But if you're from Nigeria, then you know what I'm talking about. Customs. They also stay on the road, and you know, they don't have guns, but everyone else has guns. And you know, it's just, I think the level or the lack of respect for human life, I think, is what's boiled over. And this is the situation right now in Nigeria. We're in an era, we're in the internet era, right? So everything is easily capturable. You know, you turn on your phone and you're online, you're live. And I think there's been a divide in Nigeria, in my opinion, right? I think, correct me if I'm wrong, comment down below, right? But I think the 70 pluses, apologies, sorry about that. Bear with, let me call you back here. I'm just quickly filming something, yeah? Alright, bye-bye. Right, so check this out, right? I think there's been a huge divide, and this is what we're seeing right now. This is what we're seeing, right? I think that the 70 pluses are you know, warriors. A lot of them, probably I'd say 75 pluses, they all went to war. They fought in a civil war, right? The 50s to the 75s, they were too young or almost unborn during the Nigerian civil war. And I think that period there are very soft. They're very soft-spoken. And that being our parents, most of our parents are within that age bracket. They're very soft-spoken. They're more about peace, right? I'm not really too keen on the peace stuff. And I think that's probably like a lot of youths in Nigeria. Because I believe that before peace, there's war. And that's not me advocating for anything. But I'm just saying that, you know, you can't lay down and be rolled over, you know. At a particular point, you have to adopt different tactics. And now, looking further down, 40s and under, we're in the internet age. We've got a lot of power, you know, we've got a lot of exposure, and just we're not having it. We're just not having it. And I think that's why it's boiled over. The situation in Nigeria now, where basically last night, the army in Lekki Toll Bridge has ended up shooting and killing unarmed civilians whilst they were singing the national anthem, right? Just figure it out, picture it. Whilst they're singing the national anthem, all in unity, all in peace, waving their flags. I can't post any gory images here because of YouTube policies and procedures. But whilst they were doing that, the army who swore to serve and protect, and even the governors and the leadership who swore to serve and protect, excuse me, shot them to death. And at the moment, there's no clear death toll. Forget that stupid governor that is trying to allude to the fact that there's been no casualties. There are in fact casualties. All you have to do is search the taglines and forget what Facebook, Twitter are doing. I think they're trying to censor a few bits now, but all you have to do is search the taglines. So search SARS must go, search SARS ends now, Lekki Toll Bridge, whatever you want to search it, and you can educate yourself on that. Tell me whether there were casualties or not. At the moment, they're saying that some reports are saying, you know, 8 casualties. Other reports are saying 80 casualties. We don't know, but I know personally, I've seen today at least 15 videos of different individuals being shot dead, you know. So that's where we are right now in Nigeria, and it's very disturbing times because we can actually descend into a huge civil unrest. Like I said to you, our generations are completely different to our parents' generations. You know, we don't stand for that. We don't stand for that. And we would go full force, full steam ahead. We don't stand for that. And I think that's where the danger is. And what's happening now, right? It's much about SARS as it is about cultural respect. Those of you from Nigeria will know exactly what I'm talking about, right? It's almost like it's like the leaders are looking and thinking, hold on, how dare you youths, how dare you stand up to us? How dare you dictate what's going to happen in terms of the laws of the land? End SARS. Like, who are you? You know? And SARS apparently were disbanded. But again, if you look through all the images and videos coming online, you see that they're back on the road, wearing their uniform, wearing no uniform, basically dressed like civilians with guns. And in Nigeria, we call it mufti. They're back wearing mufti, you know? And that's the situation now. That's the situation now. Now, moving on from that, what's the world saying? I think some reporters and some news establishment are picking up the right news. The other people are not. And the other people are, again, you know, covering things up and hiding stuff and just being highly irresponsible. Because I think being responsible is, you know, giving the news exactly as it comes. You know, you're not protecting the country by hiding what's going on in there. Instead, what you're doing is you're encouraging the leaders to keep going, to keep literally going all the way until there's more casualties. You know, there's words being thrown around like genocides and so on and so forth. And we're not far from that. You know, there's all of these happening in several African countries. You got Congo and so on and so forth, but stick to Nigeria for this one, right? So now, what's happening is there's all these politicians' kids that have usually a large following. There's all these sports athletes, Anthony Joshua, celebrities, right? And they're not really throwing their weight behind the movement, you know? So the youths are just disappointed and angry, and I can't blame them. Because I saw Anthony Joshua stuff and I talked about it, which I'm going to put a screenshot of right now. I talked about it. I saw his video and I thought, how unauthentic. Firstly, I don't want to hear no scripted nonsense, right? You should really stand in front of a camera and speak it how you feel it. Simple. You have to be a man. Say what you mean and mean what you say, right? Regardless of who you cross. And that's just my opinion on that. You know, yes, you bow down to Buhari and all of them lot, yeah? But bro, listen. You're a human first, right? All of that, respect your leaders. Respect your leaders if they deserve the respect. And if they don't deserve the respect, you tell them right to their face. And that's my stance. And I think Anthony Joshua has danced around the bush, you know, and people are just angry and irate. Bro, you've got millions of followers. Africans worship you, bro. When you won the Ruiz fight, I remember, bro. And when you visited Nigeria, they worshipped you. And now that they needed your voice, you basically, you know, you were trying to be politically correct. I don't like politically correct people, because you know what? They sit on the fence. They're dangerous, and you don't know what side you're gonna get from them. I like someone who's black and white. I know exactly what it is, and there's no dancing around the bush. So what's the way forward for Nigeria? I couldn't tell you, man. Most importantly, I can't even tell you. I can't project what the end goal is for us. Obviously, we know what we want. We want equality. We want opportunities. We demand the same respect that are accorded to, you know, other people. But I think this is a ticking time bomb. Because at the moment, one thing I forgot to mention, right? You know, there's different religions in Nigeria, different factions, different tribes. The three main ones being Igbo, which I am, Yoruba, which a lot of the people in the UK are as well, and also Hausa. You don't rarely see Hausas around. Hausas are supporting what's happening right now. You know, they're pro-SARS. And, you know, Hausas, that's where all the Boko Haram and all of that's come from, up north, right? So there's a possibility that this could descend into a religious war, into a faction war, even into another civil unrest, if not close to a civil war again. I can see that happening. You know, I can see that happening. But firstly, the way forward for me, right, is to slow it all back down. I think there needs to be some sort of a youth community. Not youth community. I mean, what do you call it? Basically, a youth faction in the government. At the moment, I think the youth leader in the government is like 55. What are you doing being a youth leader? What are you leading? You're out of touch with the youth, bro. Do you know what I mean? So, I think that there needs to be a transparent sort of organization that's overseen by youths. And, you know, that are brainstorming and are representative of every faction in Nigeria, and are brainstorming what we want to see, the change we want to see, and are presenting it out. That's number one. Number two, I think that there definitely needs to be a huge oversight on elections, because a huge thing in Nigeria at the moment is election fraud. Godfatherism and all of that stuff, and that's why all these dinosaurs are still in leadership. That's why Buhari has no reason to be in leadership. Obasanjo, all of them dinosaurs. Some of them were leaders in the military regime, and they're now leaders again in the democratic regime. So it is bonkers to me, right? So that's number two. There needs to be a huge oversight on elections, right? Number three is, listen man, there needs to be a full overhaul of the security system in Nigeria, right? I don't care if you can't feed your families, and that's why you're taking 1,000 naira, 50 naira, 20 naira, 500 naira. I don't care, right? And let's picture certain things, right? If 5 people were killed in the UK by the police forces, what uproar will there be? Or in the US, what uproar will there be if 5 people were shot dead. Remember, we protested a while as well during the whole George Floyd and Black Lives Matter. Imagine if 5 people were gunned down in central London, because Lekki is the equivalent of central London. So imagine that, or 5 people were gunned down in Washington, or maybe gunned down in New York. What will the uproar be? So why are we silent now that it's happening in Nigeria, if that makes any sense? And unfortunately, you know, this is my opinion, right? This is why we can't put these artists on pedestals, right? Because no offense, if they didn't blow up and make millions, they're nobodies. And some of them have no brains, you know? Literally, some of them have no brains. They have no brains, they have no morals, they have no common sense even. So we can't really put them on pedestals, and we can't expect them to save the day for us. Because all they are just artists, or maybe athletes. And you know what? They're worse than probably the dumbest one of us, if that makes any sense. You know, so that's that, man. It's unfortunate what's happening in Nigeria at the moment. Nigerians politics is dirty, filthy, and I think, you know, this is just years and years and years of just anger building up, and finally it's just, you know, blown up, man. And that's what's happening in Nigeria now. And I can share some of those sentiments. I remember coming back from I remember going back now to Lagos to fly back to the UK, right? And I was the bus that I was in was stopped, and they singled me out because I'm a youth. They checked me. I had 2 phones on me, and they found like 2 SIM cards. Remember, I'm from the UK, so of course I'm not gonna have my UK SIM cards in the phones. So I had my Nigerian SIM cards and stuff, because I set up new bank accounts and all of that stuff, right? And anyways, they singled me out, and you know, they gave me a lot of grief. And I think the accent was probably, obviously the quote-unquote British accent, was probably the only thing that skips me over. If I was through and through Nigerian, I think I would have had hell that day, man. So I can only imagine, and I can only sympathize, empathize what Nigerian youths are going through, man. It's crazy. So that's that, man, about the whole situation. If there are any new updates, I'll bring that to you. But at the moment, there's none. I think the protests will continue. Unfortunately, I think that the governor doesn't even have control of the situation at the moment. Buhari has not even spoken about the situation. And you know what? I think there's some political warfare going on in the background. For example, maybe, I don't know, there's speculations, but Tinubu, for example, maybe they wanting him to obviously fail, so that, you know, he can't then go for a bid for a presidential election. There's so much going on, man. But listen, man, put Nigerians in your prayers. Oh, by the way, there's one thing I want to mention. Be careful with all these forms you're signing online and so on and so forth, and, you know, sanctions. I'm not a big fan of sanctions. We need to decide how we want to move forward as Nigerians. I don't really want intervention from the West. The reason being, I can't point to a decent country that had intervention from the West that came out on top. From Libya to Iraq to Afghanistan to Yemen, you name them. They always come out worse than they were, if that makes any sense. And you know what? Sanctions doesn't just hurt the leaders. In fact, it doesn't even hurt the leaders, because guess what? They got walls full of money. You know, you can freeze the bank accounts. They have walls full of money. They have walls full of money. So, you know, it hurts the individuals, the working class people like me and you watching this video, more so, you know, based in Nigeria. Those are the people it hurts. But yeah, lend your voice. Forget Anthony Joshua talking about, I don't want my silence to be misquoted. Bro, misquote my silence if you want. Misquote my words. I do not care. I don't care. I'm not here to impress anyone. I'm not here to live by anyone's means. I would always get it. Always. I would always figure out a way to make it. You know? But I'm a man. And, you know, what I mean, I would say. And what I say is what I mean. Anyways, thank you for watching, man. thank you for watching. Hope this has enlightened you. You know, I'm quite irate at the moment, so might not have meticulously gone through things and covered everything exactly how I want it to be. But, you know, I'm just hoping we come out of this, you know, stronger. I'm hoping we'll come out of this with a lot of protection and a lot of opportunities for the youths. Because I see what happened in, in Niger Delta in the early 2000s, man. You know, when there is no opportunities, if I don't know, you guys watch, some of you guys watching this video might know, but in the early 2000s, you know, Niger Delta, they were kidnapping everything that moved, foreign nationals, kidnapping them and holding them for ransom, man. And it was a no-go zone until the whole amnesty and then reparations and so on and so forth, man. You know, and I can see the youth of Nigeria resorting to that sort of tactic again, and that would destroy the whole country, man. So listen, man, if you have a voice, use it. I know some of my friends, I'm leaning on them right now. Some of them have links into, you know, politics and politicians, and, you know, maybe their parents has been someone within that political sort of field. You know, you gotta lean on them. You know, we speak from one voice, bruv. Yeah, no division. Speak from one voice. But yeah, I appreciate you guys, man. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you like, make sure you comment, and share this video, man. Peace, love, and prosperity always to Nigeria, man. Love you with all my heart. You know what, I've just finished this video and I've just remembered a song we used to sing, man, and it's brought a lot of pain to my heart. Like when we were back in Nigeria, man, this was a song just to embrace where we're from and embrace, you know, our players which we held as heroes. I love my country very well. It is one of the best countries. Our players play football very well. They play very well for us. Oh Rashidi, Amuneke, Finidi George, Sia, Austin Okocha, Sunday Olisa, Babaya. Man, I love Nigeria, man. I love Nigeria, man. It's sad to see what's going on, but anyways, enjoy the rest of the video.